Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Let me know how that works. Then we gotta see if the music is crystal, if you can hear the music good, because that's very important. Yeah, you know. Okay, so we got the mic situation worked out. You know what I'm talking about? We got the little microphone situation worked out so we could get that crispy sound. You know, I want to be able to, you know, have that crispy, that good audio. You know, once you get the picture clean, you got to get the audio right. So it's an audio thing. We're gonna have to find out though is, how does the music sound? I'm gonna play the music. I'm gonna share the screen in a minute, and I'm gonna play the music, and you let me know how that sounds, if it is clean, because that's very important. I'm not gonna debut the album if the sound's choppy. You know what I'm talking about? That defeats the purpose. So before we get into all of that, I need to do a roll call. Let's do a roll call. Let's see who's in the building tonight. Let's give y'all a shout out. It's been a minute since we done did Third Eye Thursdays. Welcome back. Gonna have to change that banner right there. Thing says Melanin Monday, but we on Third Eye Thursday. Yeah. Woo. Change this real quick, and then we'll do the roll call. Shout out to everybody in the building, though. Boom. All right, boom. So we got the Bronx in the building, as always, of course. You know what I'm talking about? BX to the death. Vegas is in the building. Yeah, let's get that count, Vegas. North Carolina, NC, always in the building. Like, there's never been a show where NC wasn't in the building. So I need to go down there, especially Charlotte, you know what I mean? Queen City. Blickyville, yeah, what's popping? Ohio. All right. Yep. North Florida in the building. Oregon Energy, salute to you. Mystic Philly in the building all day. Shout out to Ross Ben. Shout out to Mystic Philly. Shout out to all of the family in Shaker Mexham. All right. Charlotte in the building, of course. Etsy is in the building. The Bay Area is in the building. East St. Louis is in the building. Yeah. Louisville, Kentucky in the building. The Shire's in the building. Ohio in the building. Flatbush all day. Yeah, let that thing go. Flatbush all day. East St. Louis is in the building. The A-Town in the building. Yeah, KTL and ATL. Ross Ben is coming to Charlotte soon. I think I need to be there for that. I want to experience that. Ross Ben is coming to Melanin Monday. He's coming to the ATL as well. So that's about to go down. I believe before the end of the 2020 calendar year, we're going to turn up. You know, we're going to make something happen. Maryland in the building. All right. Shout out to Maryland in the building. Oh, Good Wife is on repeat. Oh, yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. Louisiana is in the building. Milwaukee is in the building. Shout out to Milwaukee, aka Kilwaukee. St. Louis in the building. Yes, the album release was definitely fire. The album release, both of them. The album listening on Black Magic 363 and the actual album release. That shit was lit. Like, that was on fire. We did our thing. We will have that footage available. It's gonna come to Netflix. We're bringing Netflix back. That was a soft launch that you saw in the beginning. That was a COVID launch with Netflix. So you're about to see something that you'll be impressed by very soon. Oklahoma's in the building. Shout out to Oklahoma. There's been a lot of Oklahoma talk lately. A lot of Oklahoma, Oklahoma, especially Tulsa, very heavy, not just in the news, but in the psyche of Black people, of melanated people, in the hearts of melanated people. You know, they've been screaming Black Wall Street ever since, you know, for a long time in the hood. That's become a slogan. And you know, people say it, but are they ready to actually rebuild one or recreate one? Because the Black Wall Street that existed before, of course, we know the fate of it. So knowing the fate of something that was, you know, that went down in flames, even though it got rebuilt, we could just apply the Phoenix principle to it and build our own version of a better, you know what I mean? Of an we were inspired by the Black Wall Street of almost 100 years ago. So 100 years later, what we could create or what we should create or what we need to create is what? Something that is, you know, not just double that. I mean, Black Wall Street tenfold. Black Wall Street tenfold in 2020. You can't tell me that that's not possible, or that's not even supposed. That should be law at this point. That's the only way that you could give back to those ancestors that you didn't spill no blood for. You didn't bust no grape. You know, let me be careful, because I don't want nobody to say that I'm inciting any kind of violence. They out here snatching channels. They took down Steve Bannon and another. They took down Steve Bannon's channel today. They blocking a lot of people. I'm not comparing myself to him at all, but I gotta just be very mindful of when I say certain things. But the way that we honor the ancestors from Black Wall Street is to put them in TV series and tell their stories, right? Because that way you put it back into the psyche of not just Black people, but the world. Anybody that's willing to look, okay? Anybody that's following a storyline. And the way that they body that is they infused a real-time event into fantasy, right? Because in fantasy, in Afrofuturism to be exact, but in fantasy, in creativity, or in the creativity, or in fantasy industry, right? Or in the realm of creativity, or in the realm of myth, is where you put the information. That's where that you know, that's like in Akashic records. That's where you could do what? You immortalize something. You know what I mean? They've immortalized Black Panther at Marvel, right? That comic book and that propriety has the ability to last longer, right, than the folktale of the story. Or I don't know. But I know when they put it in Marvel, when they put it in DC, when they put it on HBO, when they put it in Comic Con, when they put it on Sony, when they put it on PlayStation and Xbox, you give it a perpetual life that it didn't have before. You extend it into places and spaces, you know, that it didn't exist before. So if anybody, all right, let me finish the roll call. Detroit in the building. Shout out to the D. You know, I'm talking about Colorado in the building. Yeah, China Flow City is in the building. Yeah, China Flow. That flow that got us in China. You know what I'm talking about? Ardmore, Oklahoma. I need to take that trip though. That's something that's basically calling me. Oklahoma's calling me. North Carolina's calling me. Chicago was calling us, and we went, and it was lit. You know what I'm talking about? Chicago was lit. I have so much fun in Chicago that I'm definitely planning on coming back out there before the end of the calendar year, right? Shout out to Chicago Crypto Hustler. All right. Shout out to the MSTA out there. All of the moles, everybody in the shy. You know what I mean? You know, stand up. Gainesville, Georgia. Yeah, you niggas is in a red state. How about that? You know what I'm talking about? America's red right now. And I ain't talking about the red summer. You know, but I guess it is a red summer. The whole map is red. Talk black to me. Let's see if this album is all red. Watts is in the building. Now look how the ancestors work. The ancestors are working right through the roll call, because Watts is where the Watts riots took place. But Watts is also where they had the workshop where the writers came together, and they were doing what? They were tapping in to the Renaissance energy. They were tapping in to creativity. They were tapping in to what? They were tapping into immortalizing the motherfucking struggle. Because when you write songs, and when you write soundtracks, and when you write books, and when you write plays, and when you write scripts and stories and comic books, right? What do? You immortalize the time that you were living in, because you can't recreate the times that you lived in. You could go back in memory, but you'll never be in that space. So whilst in that space, best to create whilst in the space, because you don't get a second chance to do it again. Once the ball drops and it's 2021, it's going to be hard to tap into 2020 energy. It's going to be hard to tap into the 2020 mind state. It's going to be hard to tap into the 2020 energy. You know what I'm talking about? On a 2020 grid. It really, theoretically, when you think about it, it don't exist, because shit is moving. So the best thing to do is to be very creative every single day in this fourth quarter. That's red pill advice. I give you the philosophy. You know what I mean? Very creative, if you can, every single day for this fourth quarter, because it's not how you start the race. It's how you finish it. I've been cooking all year, but it's not how I start the meal. It's how I finish it. That's what matters the most. Because I could have been cooking all year and been a no-show for the fourth quarter, and all of that be naught. I'm going to talk my shit. So who's showing up in the fourth quarter, right? Doing what needs to be done, what the people are asking for, because the people are hungry. They need to be fed. You know what I'm talking about? Ribs is touching. Where were you niggas when my ribs were touching? Where were you niggas when my ribs were touching? Right? The people are hungry. They want a little information. They want some conspiracy theories. They want some tea. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody wants some tea. Niggas is out here. They want hot tea, iced tea. They want all the tea. They want green tea. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody want to know what you're doing. Everybody want to know who you're screwing. Everybody want to know what's happening. Where's the tea? Everybody want to know where's the conspiracy? Where's the tea? All of this stuff. Everyone is a surveyor, a purveyor. Everybody's a peeping Tom. You niggas on Pornhub. Everybody's a peeping Tom. Everybody is surveillance. Okay? Your phone is watching you. Your Macintosh computer is watching you. God damn it, they watching you from the Hubble telescope. The streets is watching. They pocket watching. The birds is watching you while you bird watching. Everybody's watching each other, because what is consciousness? Niggas watching each other. And this is the conscious community, so everybody be watching each other. That's what this is about. Who the fuck is watching? The streets is watching. The tweets is watching too. The tweets is watching, and the streets is watching. That's right. They out here. So you got to give them a show. You know, you got to give them a show. So here we are in the fourth quarter, right? In November. Where the hell did November come from? I thought it was just October. I thought it was September the other day, right? We're in November. You know what I'm talking about? It's 70 degrees in New York this weekend. We got an Indian summer. And it's like 65 in Atlanta. The motherfucking polls are switched. You niggas is sitting around waiting for the count. Yesterday it was 162. It was what? 264. Now the shit is 253 and all of this stupid shit. You got everybody on the edge of the seat, right? Playing a game. Masterful. Stringing you niggas along. Ooh, pray for Big Mama tonight. Because they playing with her heartstrings like a harp. Like a motherfucking electric guitar. That's what they doing. Imagine if they do all of this and then Biden loses. I'm just saying, like, that would be the illest flip ever. Or the theater, the way that they wrote the play, Biden wins, Trump doesn't give up, and then they have a fight. Biden wins, Trump doesn't give up the seat, he goes manic until January, they have a fight. Yeah, Trump is about to start drilling you niggas. It's drill season. It's drill season. So everybody that's in the theater, that's getting down, got the 3D goggles on, you know, you in this theater. You're part of this theater. You pulled the lever. You say you wore that button that you voted today. Part of the theater. You know what I mean? Strap in, my niggas. This is going to be the season finale of The Apprentice. It's a cliffhanger. They got you niggas. The whole thing about the count, nigga, that's genius. That's a cliffhanger. That's a season finale. You would not be able to get away from that Netflix and chill, nigga. You're gonna let the shit, you know, when a little thing be turning and be like next episode in 4 seconds, nigga, you're gonna sit right there. You're gonna watch. You know what I'm talking about? You're gonna watch. So, you know, in the midst of it all, what are you doing? You know, in the midst of all of the hoopla, in the midst of all of the theater, in the midst of all of the quote unquote shenanigans, what are you doing? In your community, in your network, you might not even have a community. You might be popping on Instagram. You know what I mean? And that's your community. Just want to know, like, what's your plans? You know, what's happening? Drop it in the chat. Inquiring minds want to know. You know, how you putting on? Because to be honest with you, a master strategist would have plans to approach both presidencies, right? Maneuverings. I mean, like, you know how they have the safe Negro travel guide? You'll just have, you'll have your plans. You'll have your plays. You'll be like, yo, if Trump wins, this is my play. If Biden and Kamala win, this is my play right here. This is how I'm gonna move. I'm gonna pivot based off of this one winning or that one winning. But the way that I'm pivoting is gonna be to the motherfucking finish line. You know what I'm talking about? The marathon continues regardless of anything. A lot of you niggas just want y'all just want a easier lane to win the race with. I understand that. I understand that. That is nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm talking about? You have every right. You got every right to want to have this shit easier than what it's been. God damn it, you got every right. You got every right to arduously search, right? To arduously search for the silver lining, for the you know, for the key. You got every right to want to search for the lesser road, or you know what I mean? And I'm speaking to people who are like, you know what? I'm just gonna vote for the Democrats, or I'm gonna just vote for Trump because he gonna make my life easier. I'm gonna vote for Kamala and Joe because they gonna make my life easier. Everybody got their own personal incentives. Who the hell am I to tell anybody about how it is that they have in their mindscape and the way that they built out their contingency plan? Who the hell, unless we sat at a strategy table. All right, Jonathan, Jehovah Panther says Messiah Quantum Intelligence. right? I'm assuming that that's what you are getting into. You stack, all right, going deep in that greenhouse. That's right. You about to start stacking and you get into that bread, Jay Wills. I feel you. You know what I'm talking about? The final game. That's right. Start stacking. As a matter of fact, for all of my stream chasers, how rude of me to even start this thing up and not give y'all a shout out. First and foremost, shout out to all of my Patreons. Salute to every single one of my Patreons. Don't worry about it, Patreons. We've been stacking up a lot of content. Content is king. Where's my hard drive? We got hard drives filled up. So you're going to be getting some stuff very, very soon. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to be feeding y'all in a minute. My stream chasers, we've been sitting at the table eating for a minute now. Shout out to all of my stream chasers. We just started tapping into the silver and the gold, and we tapped into the epic Forex trading and whatnot, and that's been very successful. So I want to give a shout out to all of the stream chasers who are rolling with these, you know, just getting these income streams popping, multiple streams of income. We're chasing the streams so we could taste the dreams. No, so we could taste the cream, so we could live the dream. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, stream chasers, tap in. Tap in. What else? There's a few other things, but you know, I want to stick to the point. I want to stick to the subject of the night. And the subject of tonight is to celebrate the release of a monumental project, a very classic, you know, and that's not me saying it, that's the street saying it, you know, that's the people saying it, that's the brothers and sisters that were at the whatchamacallit, the album listening, right? Okay. They were like, yeah, that's a classic right there, bro. You just put a classic together. I'm fucking with that. So salute to everybody that showed up. I had people coming from out of town to the album. I had an event on the 30th, yeah, the 31st, I believe, of October, or no, the 30th, right before Halloween on Hallows Eve. It was in Atlanta, right? But it wasn't in a club. Nah, it wasn't in no club. We wasn't in no club. We was in a house. Why were we in a house? Because the event was already H.P. Lovecraft themed. You know what that means? What it means is we wanted you to tap in to the theme that H.P. Lovecraft, the feeling, right? The theme that they were giving you when you were watching it, when you saw them in that house and they were partying and whatnot, when they lived, you know, when they was living around the Caucasians and they in Chicago, and they were getting into, they were in an all-white neighborhood, and they was in a dope-ass house, and they turned that house into a juke joint. You know what I mean? They were performing, having fun, doing what they do. That's the same thing that we were able to do for our situation. We were in a private house. The private house was turned into like a club. I mean, it was beautiful. It had a bar. It had pool tables. It had a VIP. It had couches. It had beds that you could lay on. It had projector on a screen. And we had it dressed up with some spooky stuff. And it was 420 friendly, psilocybin friendly. It was beautiful, man. I promise you. It was beautiful, man. It was magical. And then I got to perform. And one of the things about this album that I put together, Red Summer, that I want to, you know, people to understand, first and foremost, it's a soundtrack. Okay? It's not an album. It's a soundtrack. Okay? That's the difference. An album is an album. This is a soundtrack, right? And it's a concept album. So it's a concept album / soundtrack. So the way that I broke down the Red Summer is that you have June, which is the first month of summer. Then you have July, which is the middle month. Then you got August, right? Which is the last month of the summer. And then each month is 4 weeks. So on the album, there's 4 songs for each month. 4, right? Week 1, June. Week 2, June. Week 3, June. Week 4, June. Week 1, July. Week 2, July. So as we progress through the summer, different things are going to begin to take place, because that's how my summer is set up, and that's how other people's summers might be set up, that all of the action don't happen in June. June is the beginning. It's like the beginning of anything. You know what I'm talking about? Let's think 3 parts. Let's think movies, right? Because the 3 parts that you have in literature and whatnot, this is what we're obeying. So it's broken down into 3 parts: June, July, August, or 3 acts for that matter. June, July, August. And in the visual presentation, or in the visual album, when it's finished, because it's not finished, you know, one thing at a time, of course. But I'm in Black Hollywood right now. I'm in the A, KTL and ATL. Shout out to all of my KT aliens in the building. You know what I'm talking about? So this is ground zero. You know, the movements that me and Blue is making, you know, just the things that are opening up, because we're speaking things into existence, willing them, being intentional in what it is that we want to manifest. Speak on it, God. You know, speaking things into existence. That's something that I just don't believe in. That I have faith in it. That it's happened on many occasions. So if you want it, right? They say closed mouths don't get fed. So you got to speak it into existence. You have to assert it. So I'm asserting that when the movie is finished, that you'll see how it progresses through the acts. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and it's telling a story. Okay. So if you pay attention to the feeling of the album in the beginning, is very airy, is very happy. Good Wife, 10 Summers, you know what I mean, with the sister singing on a hook. Good Wife with Lizzie Jeff and Cambada. It's very free though. It's very light. You know what I mean? I'm sounding like I'm having a good old time, because that's the 2nd week of June, my niggas. And then the 3rd week is Candy Rain with the brother Rain from Rain 910. If anybody rocks with the URL and Smack, you know who Rain is. Rain is a legend, and he put out a classic song with me called Candy Rain. Right? He bodied the hook. So by the 3rd week, you know, shit is starting to pick up a little bit. And then the week 4 is Lay Low. Now, if anybody know what Lay Low sound like, you already know that's the beginning of the turn up. Okay. Hippolyta, my chick is a rider. So after the 4th week of June, we go into the 1st week of July. That's Ride of the Valkyries. Now, if anybody had one of those legendary summers in their lives, you know, because that's what, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. I've given y'all the science about the summer and why the summer is so special, because the summer represents the time when the father's home, and the father's the sun, and the father's home for 3 months, because father's a rolling stone. The father's the sun and the mother's the earth. Okay. We've given this science out, but I'll roll it out. You know, I'll give you a few pieces of it right now. The concept that I was building on. It's in a book and whatnot. We go deeper into it in our book. And in a lecture that we have coming up that I'm going to speak on before the end of the show. The father, the mother, and the child. That's the Trinity, right? That's the Holy Trinity. As above, so below. So the father in this situation on a macro is the sun. The mother on a macro is the earth, Mama Earth, right? Gaia, that's her maiden. And the child is every single thing that grows on the planet, not just man, right? Everything that grows on mama. And what makes things grow on mama? Daddy. How does daddy make it grow on mama? Well, he shines his light. And his light, right? His light It's a special light. It's not a regular light. It's not just heat, my niggas. It's life. Okay? That heat translates to life. And the ancient Egyptians or the Cometians depicted the sun rays as having hands and whatnot. Okay? And they have reliefs and whatnot of Akhenaten, and he's receiving the sun rays, and their hands, you know, the sun is kissing his face, but the hands are caressing him. So the sun rays, right, could almost be an analogy to the sperm that the phallus releases that has life in it, that gives life, right? That is a life-giving substance. You know what I'm talking about? And a facial cream. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And the sun's rays are almost akin to sperm because the sun's rays impregnate the earth and give birth to the earth. It don't matter where the sun rays touch. When it touches the ocean, my niggas, you get whales, sharks, squids, octopuses, right? Shrimps, tuna. That's because of the sun's rays, man. That's the sun is aiding and abetting the growth and development of these said animals, because the animals get sustenance on the coral reefs, on the algae. All of these things are being powered by daddy, by the father, by the sun. So in the summertime in North America, for these 3 months, the sun is at its most intense. Father's home, Saturn, right? And that intensity translates as above, so below, in nigga activity. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, the rims are spinning. We turned up. We turned up in the hood. You know that. We lit. Right? Everything is going down. You know what I'm talking about? Everything is popping. Everything. Right? You get in action. The ladies is paying attention to you. Your rims are spinning. Your skin is clear. You're drinking water. You in the gym. Your melanin is popping. You in the gym. Getting some cuts. Oh shit, look at your glutamus maximus. It's filling out. Oh, your back pockets are not touching. All right, it's filling out. Things are changing. Yeah, everything is growing in the sun. So the summer's lit. But then throughout the summer, we experience tragedy. Usually around the time of the dog days of summer. That's around late July, going into August. Oh, there's the murder rate. It's going on up, moving on up. Sherman Hemsley. Shooters, yeah, they shooting on up. It's Nightmare on Elm Street. Computers, yeah, they booting on up. I'm dream chasing through the Jason months. As above, so below. We was adjacent once. So, you know, a lot of things happen in the summer. And I'm a poet. You know, I'm a poet. I have a different type of language. I speak a different type of language in my poetry. I'm an artist. I'm just a natural artist at heart. So I'm not going to take the regular route. You know, I'm not going to express myself the way that somebody else expresses themselves, because I wouldn't be expressing myself. You know, I'm going to create I'm going to create an original sound. I'm going to create an original way of conveying my message. And I'm gonna do it the way that I do everything else in life, you know, with a sprinkle of some red pill sauce. So that's what you get with this album, Red Summer. The Red Summer. This is one of my most lighter. This is not as heavy. Yo, like I was on the Boomies the other night and I was listening to I was on the SoundCloud, right? Because, you know, I'm not ready to go to streaming yet. I did upload it to the streaming services through distro. So I'm just waiting any day to hit the streaming services. But, you know, we went through SoundCloud, whatever. That's where my older album was. I was paying homage to my Scorpion King because I had started out there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go back. And I was listening to the Red Summer, and then it just went right into the Scorpion King. And I was like, oh shit, this shit don't sound nothing like the Scorpion King. Like the Scorpion King is just its own, like it's impossible to recreate the Scorpion King, that sound, because 2016 is not here anymore. You know what I mean? Like the dynamics of 2016 do not exist anymore. Oh, it's on Apple Music right now. Okay, Liddy, I'm in there. I'm in the building. It's on Apple Music, family. So you know, yeah, like. So at the end of the summer, of course, you know, we have Tragedy. That's when you hear the song One Day, Day One with America Sutton. That's the first week of August. My goodness. That song is so intense. That song is so powerful. That song speaks to my heart. Yeah, like I was saying, the dynamics of 2016 that created the Scorpion King, nigga, them dynamics don't exist no more. We're in a whole different day and age. So the new Scorpion King album, which, you know, it should be over either the end of the fourth quarter, or if I have too much fun with this album, we'll bring it in the first quarter of 21. You know what I'm talking about? If this out, you know, this album, I'm having fun with this album. Like I said, I got big plans for this album and the deluxe album, which is another 14 songs. The deluxe is on its way. It's a whole nother 14 songs. Like, to be honest with you, just to create these songs and cut off certain songs that I wanted to put on my project, that was like pulling teeth. You know what I'm talking about? That was like pulling teeth. So we made it happen. There's some songs that I really want y'all to hear, and that'll be on the deluxe. There's some shit that Blue Pill put together, crazy. You know what I mean? Like, he spazzed on this album, but you know, he on his Ghostface shit on the deluxe. You know, I got more Lizzie Jeff on the deluxe. I got more America Sutton on the deluxe. Shout out to Songbird. She's on the album. I got more Cambada, of course, on the. So I'm feeling like Griselda right now. Like, I'm really feeling like West Side, my niggas. Like, it's so much talent around me that it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bone chilling. You know, I'm able to get inspired, and that's a good thing for the world, because when I get inspired, I get creative, and when I get creative, more than one person will benefit. I'm more than just me is gonna benefit from that. I promise you. You know what I'm talking about? More than me is gonna benefit from that. I make it to where the multitude benefit off of the fact that we put together, you know, what we gonna put together and do what we got to do. What project is State of Waves going on? That might be the deluxe, or that might be the pillars. You know, that might be the deluxe project, or that might be a project coming with me and Blue Pill. The same way that we gave y'all the twin album, we might come with a twin album and whatnot after he finishes the Blue Winter. You got the Red Summer and you got the Blue Winter coming. So get ready for that. You know? What project? Yeah, shout out to Bada. Shout out to Cam Bada in the building. For this show, Third Eye Thursdays, I would have brought in all of the contributors to the album, but we did that on Brother Rich's channel. So Black Magic 363. You could go and check that out when you finish watching this. If you want to see me in the studio with Blue Pill, Lizzie Jeff, America Sutton, Mama Sauce, Songbird was in the building. Who else was in the building? My bro Tyreek from Smoke and Grow Rich. There was a few people. Moonflower, her DJ. Like that was a movie, bro. That was viral. That was a movie, bruh. Movie viral. So we already did that. I'm not, I'm good. I'm not trying to do that again. So I'm gonna just play the music and basically just break down, what this songs is about. Give you a little bit of background on it. Like I said, for the deluxe that we got coming out, we got videos and we got behind the scenes. We got merch. We got some fire ass merch. You know what I mean? The merch is lit. And we have physical copies, vinyl, and the cassette is coming, because I know that y'all on y'all collector's items, there's a lot of connoisseurs out here. And my thing, like I said, I'm an artist at heart. So this is about quality products. This is about art. You know what I mean? I'm not doing this to try to be cool. I'm not doing it to get signed. I'm not doing it to be famous. None of that stupid shit. I'm doing it because I'm an artist and I still have artistic capabilities in my body. You know what I mean? So I gotta get, in order for me not to go crazy in these streets, in order for me not to be talking to myself, right? In order for me not to be blogging to myself, I gotta create, right? The Twin album is definitely a classic. You know what I'm saying? The Twin album is definitely a classic. The event, we doing a Smoke and Grow Rich hemp. We're gonna do a workshop dealing with hemp. As you may know, or you may not know, Blue Pill and his partners, the reason why he even came down to Georgia, Atlanta, was to pursue his endeavors with hemp, because he has a hemp license. And COVID happened and things pivoted, right? So we are now, especially after this election or voting that just took place, we are going to be bringing back a full court press dealing with CBD, hemp, and all of the 1,000 other quote unquote products that you could develop from that miracle plant. So we're going to be doing a workshop. You're going to know about the workshop when I put the flyer out as being, let me show you. Hold on. I'm going to take you to the Instagram and just show you the quick little commercial so we could get that out the way. But yeah, yo, we got bricks of hemp. Like it's them bricks. We got that brick talk. We got that brick talk. You know what I'm saying? So just ride with us, man. I'm telling you, I'm not going to try to oversell this one. Those that know. And those that don't, you don't know yet. And that's all good. Yeah, Jefferson is on the deluxe. My guy, Jefferson from Athletics. He bodied that. Me in the song, me, him, and Lizzie, Herbal Remedies. Jefferson is a beast. You know what I'm saying? He's on another song that we got too. And he went in. So yeah, look out for my guy from Athletics on the remix. Hold on.
Brother Red Pill reporting live and direct. KTL and the ATL. Look, we got that brick talk. I'm sitting here with a brick, right? Working with some bricks in our life, baby. Okay? This right here is a whole brick of hemp. Okay? I want y'all to walk with me and trust the process. We're about to take you into the hemp universe. The Hempire Strikes Back. We are partnering up with Smoke and Grow Rich on November 21st. We're bringing an event to the ATL that's going to deal with the monetization of this hemp and also the 100 different aspects or the different channels of building that we can do with this wonder product right here. You dig? So tap in with
you see how it look like it's snowing and shit?
On Instagram.
That's the hemp.
Peace, family. Peace, union.
That ain't snow. That's hemp. It was flying all around. Yeah, but that's how lit it is. Yeah, they go a picture from the other night when we was at the album listening. They go to Legends, Lizzie, America, Songbird, Blue Pill, right? Yeah, man. So yeah. Oh yeah. Here, check this out, y'all. We going to Puerto Rico. Hold on. Puerto Rico, PR, where they voted for Trump and all that. You know what I'm talking about? Where he was throwing goddamn toilet paper at them. Yeah, we going to Puerto Rico on December the 12th to the 13th. Because one thing about Puerto Rico, we're not going to throw Puerto Rico away. Puerto Rico is a beautiful paradise, right? Beautiful paradise, and the grid, the ley lines, the energy grid, that land right there is magical. Okay. So we're gonna go tap into the tropics during December, during the winter season. We're gonna go and tap into the tropics, into paradise, going into the rainforest. This thing right here, I did an event last year with it was Queen of Four. It's on the internet. It was Queen of Four. It was Rain Global, right? It was a few other sisters from Sacred Woman. Chrisette Michelle was even there. And it was in Brooklyn. It was the bomb. It was called Elevation, right? So this is part 2 of Elevation, and this is the boot camp for holistic entrepreneurs, brothers and sisters that are out there tapping into their businesses and whatnot. And you know, you're not just doing it through corporate America. You're not just doing it the old school way and whatnot. You're tapping in to CMOS. You got a CMOS business. You got a healthcare business, health and wellness business. You know, you have you do energy work. You wrap copper. All of these things are holistic entrepreneurships and whatnot. So you're going to be able to have a workshop and a boot camp with Supernova Slum, Red and Blue Pill, my sister Karma Soul, all right, and our sister Rain, okay, Rain Global. And that's December 12th to the 13th. And I'm inviting all of my KT aliens, all of the family that's out there that's listening to this, to pull up. You dig? And be a part of this. You know what I'm saying? Let's make history. This is the age of experience. I don't want to just meet you in a chat room. I want to see you in real life. Elevation.eventbrite.com. Go to elevation.eventbrite.com. And he spells elevation E1, EVAT1, like wherever the L was supposed to be or the I, there's a 1. So elevation, check it out. Don't say I ain't tell you. And then for the family also, on November 30th to December 4th, okay, my sister Secret out of the A, she's going to have vegan chefs, private resort, full moon plant medicine ceremony, explore the Mayan ruins and the pyramids, travel with purpose on their orphanage mission. So Sister Secret, along with Chef Aki and a few other beautiful goddesses, they're going to be traveling to Tulum, Mexico, and they're going to be doing sacred plant medicine. And they're also going to be doing traveling. They're also going to be traveling with purpose, because they're going to be going to an orphanage, and they're going to be working with the locals and whatnot. And, you know, just bringing that light with them, you know what I'm saying? Leaving not a carbon footprint, you know what I'm talking about? Not a carbon footprint, but leaving behind a footprint of life. Wherever you go, wherever you know, especially if you claiming you God and you're a goddess, wherever you go, wherever your feet touch, wherever your soul touch, you should be waking that grid up. You should be helping somebody wherever you go, because you're not helpless. You know what I'm talking about? You're not helpless. And I refuse for a nigga to tell me that they helpless in 2020. Nobody in my network is helpless. So if you into getting out of the hamster wheel, if you were into leaving the block, if you're into getting away from the matrix, if you're into unplugging from the madness, because that's what the red pill initially is. It's about the unplugging. It's about getting out the matrix. It's about being the liaison to help you get off the grid or get out the matrix and take you to places where you can have experiences that are going to do what? They're going to uplift you, transform you, and put you in a place where you can have a better life. Straight like that. Like, you know, I don't know any other way to say it. So the purpose of getting off of the hamster wheel or leaving the hood or getting out the concrete jungle and going places where we're actively healing, right? How much is the trip? It varies, brother. It's 2 different trips. I think the Puerto Rico one starts at 5 and goes up, and the one to Tulum that might start at, it starts at, like, I think Iraq. It's 1,000 and it goes up. There's rates. If you go too deep, you share, you busted price down. Go to the website. Go on my page, Phil_Moreland on Instagram, and go check the information out. You know what I'm talking about? I'll even put the posts. Matter of fact, I'll put the flyers up before the show is over. I'll throw them up right here. I'll upload them. So yeah, that's what that is. Yeah. So yeah, let's get into this. This music, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? It's enough of us in here. Let's go through this music. Now, this is the trick, though. This is the trick. This is where we gotta make sure everything works out, right? I gotta make sure that the audio sounds crispy. So if I gotta turn this mic off and just let the audio play through the computer, I might have to do that. Is the album physical when I buy it right now? No, the physical album, you'll be getting that in about a week. Okay. The physical albums are definitely on the way, but you can't get the physical album right now if you buy it because, you know, you are where you are, I'm where I'm at, but you'll be able to have that in a week. Okay. So yeah, the physical albums are ready. The digital album is ready. When you buy it now, you get the digital album. You know, you can play that on your computer. And to my understanding, a lot of people are just collecting physical albums, I think. I don't know if everybody is playing it, because somebody will be like, well, I don't got a CD player. I'm like, to be honest with you, family, the majority of the CDs that I've bought over the years, like over the last 3 years, I haven't opened one of them. They're really just to collect, you know, or for emergency purposes if the internet ever closes down, like people be saying it might. So I don't really, you know, none of my computers have like CD slots, but vinyl is coming as well. Yes, vinyl is definitely coming. Vinyl, you know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest with you, budget wise, like I would invest in vinyl before CDs. CDs would be secondary. You know what I'm talking about? CDs would just be secondary. I'm looking at even the jump drives, like coming out with the red pill, you know what I'm saying, as a jump drive, and just having the album with the behind the scenes. You know, I should just take a vote. Like I might put a poll out and whatnot and take a vote on my YouTube and also through Constant Contact to see what the people want. I want to see what the people want. You know, they might want just a jump drive. You know what I'm saying? I give them a jump drive in the form of a red pill. And it'll have a terabyte of shit. I mean, not a terabyte, but it'll have data on it. It'll be loaded, different than what a CD could give you. You feel me? Like that CD shit is cute and everything, but you know, it's really a burden at the end of the day because everybody not buying CDs. You got a CD player? That's lit. Keep your CD player if you got one. Because to be honest with you, I mean, of course, the vinyl, the sound that you get in wax and vinyl is going to be different and more unique and more true to you know, the source than an MP3 that you are streaming through Spotify. You feel me? Yeah, DVD too. Keep that shit as well. The integrity of the music could still be preserved in certain CDs. So yeah, I'm not that torn. But I know that you know, I know that the jump drives and whatnot, or the SD cards, those are definitely being used by a lot of artists, and that's an option. The video album, yeah, the video album will be on DVD, but it will be on streaming services as well. It'll be on a digital platform where you can stream it. You feel me? You know, I'm not putting that much stock into physical DVDs of the movie like that, like that. Yeah, that artwork deserves a CD cover, right? With the damn and they got the artwork on the CD. Yeah, the artwork deserves that. You got the record player ready for if you go platinum. Yeah. Maybe exclusive, higher price. I mean, the vinyl is going to be a higher price, of course. You know, the vinyl will be of a higher price. It's not going to be the same price as the CD, of course. But we're going to talk about it. Let's get to this music, though. How about that? Let's see what's going on with this music. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to play the audio, and you're going to let me know if it sounds good or not. All right, here we go. It's a little scattered, too.
Red Summer, Red Pillar.
All right, hold on. Now let me turn this mic off and see how it sounds now. Hold on. Check, check.
Scorpion King. Let's get it. Dear Summer, it's the Mr. November, the Deer Hunter.
Which one sound better? Which one sound better? Which one sound better? Sound good? Talk black to me. Okay. Yeah, hype. I love it. That's what's up. Y'all got me hype. I'm about to roll up. No, turn the mic off. It sound better when the mic off? Mm-hmm. That's right. Mm-hmm. The second one? All right, let's go. We're going to do it with the mic off. So I'm mostly going to play through this shit then. If I don't have the mic, well, I'll see if y'all can hear me. All right, let's go. I'm going to bring it back to the top. The Dear Summer, that's the intro. The intro is Dear Summer. Y'all hype talking about Valkyries. Y'all got to wait for Valkyries. Dear Summer. By the time Valkyries come, I want y'all to break something. Just stand, you know, if you in the streets, just, you know, throw something. Fuck it.
Red Summer, Red Pillar, Scorpion King. Let's get it. Dear Summer, it's the Mr. November, the Deer Hunter. It's the one and only. You turn the copper when the sun is on me. Mister, never got a number, and the number phony. Mister, I was off the market, hot girls spent their summers lonely. I'm calling out devils by their name like Michael Jackson in front of Sony. With little Uzis and cannons and drama, I'm another Coney. Shooters get the bone bracelets, the little brothers bony. Just like my mama told me. Tenderoni's trying to give a son to Yoni. T-O-N-Y, I'm looking like another Tony. Fighting the urges, the night of the purchase. At the height of inertia, they grew at the height of the servers. When the red lights ignited in Persia, fervor. At the sight of the mergers, the spirits performing, they lyrics is pouring. I'm hearing the foreigns. They say that they woke, but I'm hearing them snoring. We want the woke, like Shah God, envy and Gigi. We want all the smoke. We descendants of Indian Gigi. We loyal to a fault. In these streets with ease on my feet. They see the God and they envy and me. And all the royals in the court. There's some NBCs in.
They said this. They said the shit don't sound right. Talk black to me, man. They said it don't sound right. I can't play it if it don't sound right, y'all. Y'all gotta understand that. We gotta get this sound right. I need y'all to hear this shit. Like, I need it to be clear. This is a classic. You don't, can't hear a classic half-ass. Let me see something.
Loyal to the court. Scorpion King. Red Pillar.
How that sound? The treble is sticking. Sound like on a Walkman. Beats low. Too much highs. Need to be connected straight into the mic. Yeah, I don't know how to do that though. That's the thing. Oh. Okay. I think I might have found a solution. Hold on. Okay. Got this machine right here. See, I got this Bluetooth. Oh, yeah, I said that it sound better. Oh, why my shit echoing? What's that about? Hold on. There you go. I have my phone on. I'm wilding. All right, so we're gonna do something. Yeah, we're gonna look because I got this machine right here. So I'm trying to see because I have a Bluetooth feature on it. Right? There's a Bluetooth feature. Boop. So I put Red Pill phone on it. Now let's see if my phone could play the music. Hold on a minute, y'all. See the God in it. Okay. Might be on to something. might be not. Hold on a minute. Do it supposed to sound like a YouTube video? Nah, it's not supposed to sound like no damn YouTube video. The shit crispy. It's supposed to sound crispy. But this is the thing. If I put the microphone by the computer, you said that it sounded cool. So let's try that out. Hold on. If this is what it is, in real time, y'all gotta tell me.
Red Summer, Red Pillar, Scorpion King. Let's get it. Dear Summer, it's the Mr. November, the Deer Hunter. It's the one and only. Who turn the copper when the sun is on me? Mister, never got a number, and the number phony. Mister, I was off the market, hot girls spent their summers lonely. I'm calling out devils by their name like Michael Jackson in front of Sony. With little Uzis and cannons and drama, I'm another Coney. Shooters get the bone bracelets, the little brothers bony. Just like my mama told me, tenderoni's trying to give a son to Yoni. T-O-N-Y, I'm looking like another Tony. Fighting the urges, the night of the purges. At the height of inertia, they grew at the height of the servers. When the red lights ignited in Persia, fervor. At the sight of the mergers, the spirits performing, they lyrics is pouring. I'm hearing the foreigns. They say that they woke, but I'm hearing them snoring. We want the woke, like Charlemagne and God, envy and ye. We want all the smoke. We descendants of Indian Gigi. We loyal to a folk. In these streets with ease on my feet. They see the God and they envying me. And all the royals in the court. There's some NBCs and loyal to the court. Started salting and killing, altering feelings, altered beasts in alternate buildings. All for the love of drug dealing. Had us toiling and killing. In the soil and the salt. Had us drilling by the millions. So they could burn all the oil from the vault. Now the earth is shaking and we sitting here boiling the fault. They know that I'm greedy and gluttonous. Dashiki is buttonless. The way to go, made to go. Rocking in the pocket like Jada Flow. Snowman niggas said that they made us know. See them in the freezer off in Trader Joe's. The traders know. They put us in the dirt, yeah, they made us grow. Like Mr. Potato No. Operation Red Nose. Yeah, they made us glow. The haters know. Who killed Malcolm X? Yeah, the traitors know. You are now witnessing the ruthlessness of an Afro-futurist. Scorpion King from Pluto where future is. Beast Mobile, Bixby and Lutheran. The rings are sagging on the fingers of some ruthless kids. Took them a razor like chicken fingers on some ruthless shit. Doors lift like the wings of dragons on some ruthless whips. Groups and shit. Autonomously move through strips. No hands like the brains on the toothless chick. Flying in the planes, this ship break Lucas bricks. It is new like lubricant. Putrefying like 2%. This is Jesus Christ superstar. No nutriment. We want all the smoke in the hookah set. And all of the accoutrements. Drop the location, the Uber set.
All right.
Hustle 10 summers, 10 wins. Them haters pay them no attention. We never gonna stop winning.
This next joint right here. Can't just. I gotta, you know, you can't just let everything play. I gotta, you know. This is called 10 Summers, right? 10 Summers is the first track. 10 Summers is the first week of June, right? And you hear Mama Sauce, who's the executive producer. It's a sister out of Atlanta. She's a student of A.A. Rashid's, the Red House, and she's very talented, right? and I rock with her. I've recorded Ride of the Valkyries. That was the first song that we recorded together. She said, Red Pill, I have a beat for you. I said, what is it? She said, I'm gonna cook it up. I got a beat for you. I need you to spit on this. Matter of fact, she was cooking another beat, but she played that beat. And I had to catch a plane. I remember the day I had to catch a plane at 4 o'clock. I did that song like 3 o'clock, right before, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I made sure that I knocked out a 16 on that beat, and we've been rocking ever since. So she's very, very talented. So she knocked this hook out in like 5 minutes when we was in a session. You know what I'm talking about? And somebody said the flow is night and day compared to the last album, Major Growth. You did some meditation for this. Well, actually, thank you for even noticing that, because to be honest with you, like I said, I was on a path of making the Scorpion King album, the new one, the new Scorpion King. I was on the path of making that. Who's singing? Her name is Mama Sauce. She's the executive producer of the Red Summer. She made a lot of these beats. She sings, she raps, and she make beats. You know what I'm talking about? So this album has heavy divine feminine energy on it. Heavy, you know, not female, not woman, divine feminine energy on it. Heavy. Like Lizzie Jeff is a problem. America is a problem. Songbird is a problem. Mama Sauce is a problem. I'm trying to explain. I don't want to say it. I want to just show it through the music what was going on in Atlanta. Because this is what this album really is. Because like I said, I came to Atlanta for Father's Day. And that's when everything changed. You feel me? That's when I went on a whole nother journey. And that's what Red Summer is. I paused the Scorpion King album and I made the soundtrack. You know what I mean? And the movie is going to show a lot more than what the songs are. But when you listen to the songs, envision the movie, right? Because it's very visual. It's how my summer starts, you know what I mean? And of course, it's not all a true story. This is art, right? But it is a lot of, there's a lot of truth infused in it as well. But then it's just art, you know? And like I said, I'm immortalizing the summer and a day in the life of Mr. Red Pillar, who is not the same as Red Pill. Let's be clear. It's the artist Red Pillar and Red Pill, not the same person. Okay, let's go. But yeah, a lot of healing, yo. A lot of medicine. Plant
medicine. You know we got it out the mud. You know we keep our pockets stuffed. They don't wanna see us when it's hustle, dance, summer, wins.
We used to hit the gym and train together. We used to spit the gems on the train together. Early 90s, reign and terror. From the era of the pain and pleasure, the chain and leathers. Gotham City, Bruce Wayne vendettas. Southern California, it never rained forever. Now we change the weather. Sitting first class on the planes forever. Taking pleasure in the same endeavors. We make it rain forever. Giving chains of the treasure found in ancient deserts. Kings County, every own who we ain't no business. No.
You know we got it out the mud. You know we keep our pockets stuffed. They don't wanna see us when it's hustle, dance,
I monetize my thoughts. I seen too many traumatizing court. While homicides was fought, they benching the ballers. Who personified the sport? The henchmen's the taller. Like the samurais were taught. 32 degrees. First die in the Jubilee. Neck cold cause present. You live in the no, I live in the sun, you live in the snow. My bitches is poison bells, live in the vote. They snatching them souls, attached to the pole. Adapt to the cold, or capture a goal. The valley of death, nigga, fastest and fell. With the ratchets of blow, they casting them spells. Bitch, you could bask in the smell. I'm for when your castles and castles to dwell. I'm for when the baskets can tell when you casting the spells. Don't blink your emotions, we mastered it well.
Tears, understand words. Haters paying no attention. Never gonna stop winning. Tears, understand words. You know we got it out the mud. You know we keep our pockets stuffed. They don't wanna see us winning. Tears, understand words. Tears, understand words. Haters paying no attention.
Does that sound ready, y'all? Let me know. Did that sound better? That what I just had did? Did that sound better? Let me know. Scratchy? It's scratchy because the mic is mad. You know, it picks up everything. You got that cherry galado? Yeah, it's that Obama rice. So I'm saying, how did that sound though? Y'all like that? Mama sauce. I mainly want to make sure that the audio is translating, you know, at the highest quality. That means a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the best audio engineer, so it's gonna take one of y'all to help me with this. Alright, so let's go to the next song, because I'm looking in the chat and the chat ain't even moving. So the next song is Good Wife. Alright, this is week 2 of the summer. Of June. Right? Of June. This is featuring, it's still kind of low. It's featuring Lizzie Jeff and Kambata. Alright. So on this album, or in the movie, Cam plays a big part. It's almost like How High. He's on this album very heavy, so you know he has a major role. Shout out to Cam all day.
Of a few divas, they see me dripping wet, Rich the Kid, yeah, that new freezer. All we got is us, Lou Peter. New visa for the 2-seaters. Same year like the new feeders. Drippy like the youth readers, the youth leaders, the booth feeders. 750 boots, I ain't talking about the new Adidas. Them rhymes is popping, them signs is popping. Dimes are dropping, we diamond shopping, we island hopping. From St. John's to St. Thomas. A good wife, living a good life. That's what they can't promise. For more than 4 summers, I was Mr. Homemonger. Through the horse hunger, playing more number. The Hackshaw, Jim Duggan doing more numbers. If you wanna have a good life, then you gotta have a good wife. Good wife, if you wanna have a good life, then you gotta have a good wife. Good wife, if you wanna have a good life, then you gotta have a good wife. Good wife, if you wanna have a good life, then you gotta have a good wife. Good wife, yeah. You the crown for the seed. Promise I'm down to be around when you need. I ain't the king without the crown for the queen. I made a vow when I was proud, she agreed. Got me down on my knees. Get you a ring and then a house with a deed. 40 acres of land surrounded with trees. We could turn the jungle to a town if we breathe. Lay you down and conceive. I'm the one, see the truth, we made it three. This is real, this ain't a dream, I make believe. You got the lock, I got the keys to set you free. You got me thinking the heavens that you were sent to me. Cause you be pleasing me physically, even mentally. You got the flavor, ingredients in the recipe. Only place you belong is sitting next to me. Cause I was made to be yours and this is destiny. If you wanna have a good life, then you gotta have a good wife. Good wife, if you wanna have a good life, then you gotta have a good wife. Good wife, if you wanna have a good life, then you gotta have a good wife. Good wife, if you wanna have a good life, then you gotta have a good wife. Good wife.
The intention is boom, the vibe is dynamic, seen the way that I move. You think you can handle it? What's your fantasy? What's your plan with me? Rubbing on my nipples, he was giving me energy. Kundalini rituals before the king entered me. Boom, activated in his eyes, I could clearly see. Pranayama deep, so my God, he be healing me. I just want to build and establish a legacy. Open conversations and no spaces for jealousy. It's alchemical therapy. Soon as you next to me, we a beautiful recipe. This is especially destiny. When I see you, I see God. I see love. I see us.
Alright.
Red Pillar.
This next one right here, this is Candy Rain. This is, yeah, Lizzie kills it all the time. This is Candy Rain, right? This is with my guy, Rain 910. Real official, real thorough. He's in the trenches. He does work in the trenches, social work. He's doing his thing. He's rolling with DNA. DNA's a beast. You know, I'm talking about URL, Smack, BZ, all of them. Shout out to the whole fam. All right. This is Candy Rain with Rain 910. Let's go. Week 3.
The crown is on us. The throne inside us. Coronavirus. You can't kill us with the egg in nature. Besides, we everywhere. Like the tech in Asia. Sent the tech to Asia for a second laser. You heard the picture coming, nigga. You ready for the second savior? I like the heck like decorator. I just got your face up. That's just my second nature. Little niggas said they into sports. I said what kind? He said Olympic sports. That winter sports. Snowfall. You know he into sorts. That winter fresh. That winter snorts. Egyptian cross. That winter frost. Said it turns temperatures on his temper off. Benches claw. Only go where no man go. Venture forth. Into resorts. It's off white. Winter soft. When you talk about boosting, you better mention sport. That's my son, Jimmy Henchman thoughts. Sipping Henny, for many henchmen lost. Ripping semis, with nose jobs, many inches off. You a goofy coon. Only time you seen us with the Looney Tunes. We was making history in Iceberg with the Dooney Doon. What? Time to close these streets up. But I'm with you, so I won't complain. I pop the red pill and witness the unpleasant truth. This young wretched youth with his gun vested crew. Who to be the one who usually speaks for you and me? The rest, what you can see. If you ask me if black love exists, I just came from having dinner with black bloods and crips. Daps, hugs, and fists to the sky with a promise to honor our own, I swear. Trying. Ex-crack dealers fighting for black liberation. Think we're scared of the cops, you're sadly mistaken. Crafty and patient. And fuck your N95 mask. I be masked up like Jason with a machete to start slashing the faces of fascists and racists and far left rapists. Going how we planned it. The lips of wisdom are closed, except to the ears of understanding. There's a miracle in every minute that you're handed, and I don't take a split second for granted. See me at my altar, lighting up my candles. Offers to Elegua, you know what I need handles. Spirits that I ran with, devils that I ran through. Let these characters know I'm dropping like anvils. Splat, running by me. The road runners wanna know if them 5Gs on your Gucci shoes make you little fools run at high speed. I don't think you wanna try me. Shango, Ritual 1 is on the way. Red, get him. Crown is on us. The crown inside us. Dream what? Time to close these streets. The crown is on us. But I'm with you, so complain. This shit is real though, so for real, so for real. I love, man, did you ever dream about time to close these streets up? But I'm with you, so I won't complain. So good, so good, so good, so good.
Woo! Talk black to me, baby. That's that Candy Rain. Look. The legend. The motherfucking legend. This is the stamp that I've been waiting for. Black Dot said, I will literally be absorbing this masterpiece all weekend. Stay tuned. That's exciting right there, my niggas. Shout out to the God. Shout out to Malcolm. Shout out to Father Rich. Sonetta, all of the platforms, all right? So yes, that right there, that's Candy Rain. Look out for that video. That's going to be fire. Shout out to Rain. Yeah, we're going to get into week 4, though, because, you know, we in June, and this is when the summer really starts to heat up. So, you know what I'm talking about? June, week 3, that's that late, you know, that's that Candy Rain. That's that vibe. Now we're going to get up and lay low. Week 4. Ride of the Valkyries. Alright, we in July, y'all. It's lit.
Your bitches, they praise me. Dirty that dance and bitches the Swayze. Comments like Swayze. sweeter than licorice. Speaking on niggerish, read some nigga ish. Ride of the Valkyries, ride of the alchemy, rise of the alpha, omega, the alpha me, wing of the Horus, rise of the Valkyrie, light off the balcony, rise of the Valkyrie. I do a hot box in the car with a cop's watch. I pop glocks, take a shot like it's hopscotch, make a cop do the hopscotch. He gon' pop lock, he gon' wiggle and rock pop, he gon' hit baby hop hop. This is God hop when I circle the dot dot, turn the shirt to a crop top or a tank top, like the top of a tank knot. I'ma aim it and bang shot, take the same clock that they shot when they slave pop. I'ma shoot it and stay swat. Put your face stop, put your leg in a leg lock, make it break like an egg drop. When the rain drops, I be dodging the raindrops. In the winter, I stay hot. I am a bad, bad man. I do a hashtag scam. You do a punch, I'm gonna duck. You see a black backhand, I let it cat clap. Hard as a fat shack slam. If a nigga owe me money, I pull up on him in a matte black van. Wings of an Icarus, sweeter than licorice. Speaking on niggerish, read some nigga ish. Ride of the Valkyries, ride of the alchemy, rise of the alpha, omega, the alpha me, wing of the Horus, rise of the Falcony, light off the balcony, rise of the Valkyries.
That's that turn up, yo. Hold on a minute. Let me see something. Okay, yeah. So we got Goats. Goats is coming up. Week 2 of July. Come on now. Let's go.
Yeah, ho. Yeah, ho. Yeah, ho. These hoes, they better stay naked. Shaking their ass and shaking their titties. Titties and punks are staring at bumps like they break them a 50. They showing they oats. Remember we living in Quake the city. They hate the Diddy, they hate the Liddy. They still make you walk for cheap cake for Diddy. I'm at the ball place like I could take the city. Raiders like King James, I'm up in Lake the city. Illuminati, 12 gay shoddy, all on my body. 7 whole days to state your theory. I be at 850 I make the series. The race was pretty. You niggas that stayed woke. Now you owe faith to Diddy. Take that. Ho. The only dudes on your channel, cheddar and goats. Camels on coat, exposing the host of the camels and goats. Blowing the ram of the goats. Channel and goats to the goats. To go to the quotes on cameras and posts. Nodeless radio, 10 strong. The channels are goat. Painted a coat, banana the boat. Pan Africans, wearing the garbage, standing on boats. So much of the cloth is flannel on totes. Meeting the masters, the panel of goats. Boogie the bronze, Yankee the fitted, Mickey Mantle the coast. The valley of death, handle the ghost. The mental approach, the ambulance close. White candles afloat. The plug of my ears, sparkle and shining like sugar my tears. Red in the blue, color the purple. I was with sugar those years. Listen to wisdom of Sophia. It was like sugar the ears. It was like sugar the ears.
Yeah, let's keep it going. China Flow featuring Blue Pillar. Alright. This is when in the movie, this is when shit changes. Week 3 of July, after we did Goats, that's when it goes into a whole, like in everyone's summer, there's a time when it hits another level in your summer. Your summer levels up. Your summer goes into overdrive. Your summer goes into this height because remember, you still have to come down. So the apex of the summer is around this time. This is the China flow. This is the flow that got us in China. Red and blue.
Red Summers. The president still acting unpresidential. Bitch, I'm in the Bronx with the evil in my residential. It was all emojis, it was never mental. The silver spoon is under fire, under pressure vented. The times that we live in unprecedented. We went from doing a Dougie fresh and vintage. Now the rhymes, they all pessimistic. They had it. names of the passionate ones who fell in love with blasting their guns. My chain froze, plain clothes, hang over Wayne Road, the range road on strange roads. Dr. Strange mode on strange toes, hang a brain, rearrange codes. 360 spinning clearly like a plane roll. 365 winning like a game host. 444 degrees on a range stove. On the coast of the mango. These niggas wanna know how power is obtained. If you ask the shower posse, they'll tell you that it's hours of the rain. Till none of these cowards they remain. Flowers is arranged, carriages remain. Drawn by 400 horses, there was power in the range. 19 blocks cutters overpowering them planes. They left all them towers up in flames. I never look at 24 hours just the same. Bitch, I'm Jack Bauer mixed with black power. You a mixture of that crack powder and Mr. Matt Lauer. Hashtag Mr. Me Too. You met Red Pillar, I suggest that you niggas meet. Yo, in the land of the brave, in the home of the giants, I was COVID compliant, she was COVID defiant. That was potent reliant, we exposed in these tyrants. Composed to the science, we not posing or trying. Controlling the climates, yeah, we mold these environments. Scientists with client lists, minus touch with iron fists. Holding arms, only way to catch these gems. Texas with an open palm, equestrians on open farm. Putting on that potent wand, rolling farms, coat of arms, Olympian. Kick the doors, waving 44s, they won't let me in. Shit, we talking like a thespian, walking like pedestrians. It's my requiem, take you out front and center like ESPN. In the middle of the action, spinning with a passion. Do get riddled if you passion. Shit, no dribble, we just passing off the swivel, we just cashing. Expand the vote, play above the rim. Earl ago, man ago. I turn from man to hoe, can to hoe. Let them hammers go. Hit your banner leg, not even Amber Road to stop me from slut shaming all these bitch niggas. Yeah, your man's a hoe, the only antidote to split his cantaloupe. Leave you bloody like an antelope with Serengeti. Get ready, shit, no introductions necessary. We legendary, the story still unfolds. Yeah, they taking notes like secretaries. Yeah, the heart is like a message heavy. South got life, but what we represent me. Mystics in the forest, scientific when it's Morris. All the shit I still historic, like every day is February. Shit, you like it, I adore it. Shit, I write it, then record it. Recite it, then perform it. Excitement, I'm on for it. Right, fighting like Walrus.
Lord have mercy. That's that China flow right there. Let's get right into it. Week 4, Sherman Hemsley.
It's so magnetic. It was recognized as ultra. They weaponized the culture. They mechanized the vultures. It's so magnetic. It was recognized as ultra. They weaponized the culture. We went from Eugene Adams, searching for the blacks in China, to searching through these back pages for some black China and some black vagina. We went from the UNIA and the black starliners to some black masons, black shriners, buying crack from the miners. Went from dapper damn black designers to some Gucci turtlenecks, black face reminders. Moving on up, Sherman Hemsley. But the shooters is shooting on up. There's nightmares on Elm Street. Computers it is booting on up. I'm dream chasing through the Jason months. As above, so below. We was adjacent once. Rethink your fears. They drink your tears. While you waking up for delinquent years, the distinctive years, crack pays, black rage, Beanie Siegel backstage, state property, crack cage, hell up in Harlem, the black plague, Luke Cage, going through his crack rage, captured, bulletproof zombies, raptured, toothless blondies, carving a piece, ruthless Gandhis, starving for peace, no disguise for the vulture's eyes, most survive, but their cultures die. Look at Scarface through Sosa's eyes. Approach the guys and get posterized. Or drop in the acid, emulsified. All of your media is socialized. When they see us and they start acting goofy, we smacking koofies, they bad and bougie. I'm a timeless royal, times of turmoil. Feelings timeless on timeless boil. Flaxseed oil, black winter boil. Color of the backstreet soil with orange coils. We the lost attraction, I'm your course of action. If she look like Penny for a good time, I toss a Jackson. Me and the carbon is quantum entangled. I'm dripping in carrots, the sponsors are dangle. If I had to decide to fade to Billy Gates, I say young choppers ass like Philly steak. Shit, I gave birth to a lady killer. Object and desire to Mercedes dealers. A hard pill they soon to swallow. Wherever I go, all these drones, yeah, they soon to follow. I resisted the urge, then persisted to purge. Protect the hood from the pecker wood in my neck of wood. Delectable Negroes say they neck is good. Protect the wood, protect his wood. 36 chambers. Inspector Deck was good. What's good, my nigga?
Sherman Hemsley, you dig? Wait till you hear the remix on the deluxe edition. Wait till you hear the remix on the deluxe edition. Alright, next song in the first week of August is One Day, Day One, America Something, Lizzie Jeff, Red Pillar. Alright, this is a movie right here.
One day, day one, it's your decision. If it's dying or live on, it's just the decision. You ain't gotta fake it till you make it normal. You ain't gotta fake it till you make it on. You ain't gotta fake it till you make it. I know you've seen all this all before. The genius of the Mars wasn't retro, Venus on top. We're going getting through the low hanging fruit. I know you hang with the bros, you know you bang with the pros. We know you claim the burn, but we know you ain't the truth. I know I've seen this before. The genius on Mars and Mars wasn't retro, Venus on top. I know my eyes can take no more. I didn't see it all, I didn't heard it all. Still, I'm sorry. One day, oh, it's your decision. If it's the decisions, that is all.
The brokers drilling crooked villains. Billy dropped the roof, then they took his ceiling took his feeling, telling my life story of what I've been through. Exercising my demons, it's like I'm Hindu. Exercising, I'm steaming, it's like I'm Hindu. Throwing up Willie beaming was a symbol. Any given Sunday, most of us predicates squeezing the cannons, hitting yachts off the coast of Connecticut like Stephen Bannon. Man, fuck forgiving. Cut the ribbon, no fucks to give them, no fucks to give them. Where were you niggas when my ribs was touching? Where were you niggas when my ribs was touching? Left-handed when it started to itching. That's when the matrix man started to glitching. Oracle departed the kitchen. Copper Pyrex, yeah. Pots of the starch and the glycerin. Black militias, yeah, we marching through Michigan.
One day, it's your desire. If it's I found myself inside a sea of deep confusion. Switch my focus just to realign my way. My own mortality consumed inside illusion. I just asked the Lord to take me on my way. Sovereign activations when I spark up my cannabis. I just had a vivid vision rubbing some amethyst. Well, were you motherfuckers when my ribs would touch? I was out my mind, I was doing too much. I was in a place where my mistakes wouldn't budge. Really face to face with the drug. But I chose radical self-love. Priestess divination, supreme creatress. Dressed in all black, I got the fuck out the matrix. Ascending in my greatness with my sacred patron. A bloodline of scientists and alchemists. It's imperative I speak. Nipsey perished in these streets, but his mission was complete, so I find peace. money is running. I'm there right now.
Movie. Trying to tell you, baby. Movie. Alright. The next one, produced by Quay Beats. Alright. Cold World. Week 2, August. Movie.
Punch me in, Quay. When the masters ascended, you bastards pretended like you was passing amendments, changing the laws, men now freemen like you was changing the God. Strange things like you was strange to the gods. Trembling, plain you were fraud. I got you claim that you God. Fact that my mental was trained, like mentals in pain, the nature was trained. Plain and simple, the game is mental, train a little. When it rains, it pours, and it rains to retro. Back at the ranch like Kanye. Just me and machines like Conway. Me and machines like Conway. Looking for me in the one way. They didn't believe in Harvey. We didn't believe in Steve and Harvey. Now they thinking like women and looking like girlfriends. Like on the women with fees and Barbie. They didn't believe in Barbie. Niggas don't wanna do research. They just wanna wear t-shirts. I'm in the same bag. That shirts go up in Fendi. New York was trendy. When Dr. York, he was the voice of New York like Wendy. They birth to the Morgan Mendy's. Way on the wrong side of history. They on the wrong side of Sicily. Helio, Sicily, enemies. Liverpool, Tennessee, to be spit, energy, to this tense. If it were a person, it would be Mike Pence. Niggas still see through like light tints. The light bent on a 90-degree angle. 93 hours, a 90-degree angel. The strangle and hold the world like Charlie the Wrangle. Black woman and child, the mystical angel. Strangle my mystical jangle. I learned that my enemies, some people do into your life. To feed on your life, feed on your vice. Others won't enter your life and teach you to read and to write. Others who read in your life like Jesus the Christ. The way is alright, but he is not real. Some people are there when you need the advice. We giving it back to see it alright. Seize their night, we got the keys to life. Or night to perform like light. Seize the right, seize your life. Light your life, squeeze the pipes. Drip out them sucks like freeze the ice. We breaking the bread like it's Hanukkah. Wake up to red on the monitor. We breaking the bread like it's Hanukkah. Wake up to red on the monitor. On our way up like thermometer. Off of the planet Andromeda. Feet a wash, listen to beat to Taj. Chances all. You never dance with the stars. Had all the chances to spawn and sounds of all. My father has many new matches on Mars. I sailed out in chrome spaceships. Bitch, I bailed out with chrome bracelets. Yeah, I brailled out my own matrix. They say that it's ego, but it's a strong intention. They play with the people, get credit for wrong inventions, long extensions, Empire State buildings, end of time scenarios, King Kong, Dungeon Dragons, Peter Rhyme scenarios, the songs that mention songs, never my henchmen on, niggas in trenches and benches with wrenches and bombs, listen to songs, getting they flags and their bitches is on, master self, catch yourself, before you catch yourself, make sure that you catch your wealth, ask yourself when you detach your belt, if the vibe is off, it's because strides is lost, cold world, survive the frost, let some up, it's because strides is lost, let some up, cold world, survive the frost, survive the frost, survive the frost, survive the frost, shut up.
Make sure y'all look out for that name, Quay Beats. Quay also, I think Quay might have did Valkyries. Quay did this next beat that's coming up. Quay did, this next one, Freeform. Alright, Quay is a beast. Shout out to Quay Beats.
Red pillar,
Week 3 of August. Week 3 of August.
Scorpion King, red summer. The earth is gifting us, Holy Ghost is lifting us, different cuts, this forbidden cuts. I got toes from Arizona, I got loads of marijuana. Name's Gastar, Busy Tech Man, I got fast car, body magic, not star. Luminescent, surrounded by the light, luminescence. You would think that I was growing, thinker in the new one, you would think that I was knowing. Rocky
Live and Die, featuring Cambada, week 4, August.
From the nightmares on ELM to the nightmares on BLM. Fans living like ELM. On the waves of ELM. They enslaved to the EMF. On the way takes BMX. Snoop Dogg versus DMX. Flow space like PMS. Pill beat like BMF. Gold place like BMI. Get it on to my CNI. All we gotta do, live and die. Live and die. What? All we gotta do is live and die. Shit. What? All we gotta do is live and die. All we gotta do is live and die. Shit. Why? See my spirit flowing in the sky. See the symbolism in the signs. All we gotta do is live and die. Shit. Why? See my spirit flowing in the sky. See the symbolism in the signs. Yes, Cam, not a diplomat, but a clipping and aristocrat. Wicked with the written raps. Once I get it, I don't give it back. Pickle tickle in her kitty cat. As a little kid, I remember sipping psilocybin in my Similac. Simple liquor to my liver black. Switch it up, I make it mix and match. I can never fit a cat. Kinda goofy for the grill attached. Burn it down before I let the match. Cut her tit, I'm going tit for tat. Hit a lick and got a 50 rack. Architect without a blueprint. Only nigga in the crew pick. Full belly in a full clip. Pulling longer than a Q-tip. Barrel longer than a pool stick. If there really was a tooth fairy, then I would probably be toothless. Why is God so ruthless? I can make a woman's tooth twist. I can make a woman's tooth strip. I can make a woman's toes curl. Throw a gang sign like a new grip. Every day I'm on a shooting trip. I'm just trying to make the new script. Pitbull on a pulpit with a pistol. I'm a pro quit. Shit. What? All we gotta do is live and die. Why? Shit. All we gotta do is live and die. Why? Shit. All we gotta do is live and die. See my spirit flowing in the sky. See the symbolism in the signs. All I gotta do is live and die.
Live and Die. Alright, look out for that. That's gonna be a movie with you. And this is the outro. This is Life. Red Pillar featuring Soul. Shout out to Soul out of Connecticut, Waterbury. Alright, this is the outro. And let's get back to it.
Time and time. Time may take years, but I'm still working. Said I'm still working, and I'm taught to have no fear, but I'm still hurting. Said I'm still hurting. My emotions running wild. If life is a bitch, I'm choosing pimpery. I knew the wintry would take root and act fool eventually. Still they wanna root against me, but the shooter's gonna shoot eventually. The route of entry, the size of a Bentley B. The desert storms of ego smokes for them evil folks. These niggas want all the ego stroke. Truth be told, when them evil folks took the soul from Oakland in these streets, niggas really went broke off on these streets. Then they put dope off on into these streets. Fast forward, now they broke off in these streets. Roped off on these streets. No broker in peace. No smoke in the leaf. Smoke with the chief. No words. Smoking to the beast. No hope in these streets. Hopefully dirty money. No soap off in these streets. But there's cocoa leaves. Coke in these streets. Dopamine dope in these beats. John Paul the Pope in these beats. Spoke to these beats. Cloaked and discreet. Then we put the dope on these streets. Red and blue pills hard to swallow. Yeah, that's potpourri sweet. Food for thought, that's grocery free. The ghost spell, yeah, that's so fully free. Sleep well, go and be sheep. Time may take years, but I'm still working. Said I'm still working, and I'm taught to have no fear, but I'm still hurting. Said I'm still hurting. My emotions running wild.
Yeah, fuck with them. See that. yes, there you have the project in its entirety, the Red Summer. All right, the Red Summer, not Red Summer, the Red Summer, featuring the Red Killer and friends, you know, in the gang. There's gonna be a final version of the Red Summer that you didn't hear tonight, and that's coming. But what you heard tonight is, you know, that's the project that we're sharing with the world. Give me some feedback. I mean, you know, I want to know what your favorite track is and things of that nature. You know, are y'all gonna go get that? You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to hear it. It's another thing to own that, to have that in the crib next to the Scorpion King and the Twin album. You know, that's part of the collection. And Christ Consciousness. We got a nice little catalog, a nice little, yeah, we got a nice little catalog that we building up. That was loud. My bad. I'm on live. I'm on my YouTube. I'm on my YouTube. Yeah, so somebody said Live and Die, that's their shit. Yeah, I love Live and Die. I love the energy on that. Cam destroyed that. Oh, word, rep. We on Tidal, y'all. We on Tidal. We on Apple Music. Spotify's next. You know, we in the building, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? We're definitely in the building. Yeah, but let me share something with you. This is a hold on, what am I doing? Can't even see me. This is a performance album. Like, I want to make this clear. I'm a performance artist. I don't know if I identify as a rapper or a hip hop backpacker or any. Don't put those tags on me. Give me performance artist. That's me right there. I'm a performance artist. I would rather perform than be just sitting there like I'm a different type of artist. That's how I see myself. I'm a performance artist. So I'm gonna perform this album. If anybody was at the album release and you saw the performance, right? Then you know what I'm talking about when I say that this is a performance. This is an energy album. This is a performance. I had dancers on. Wait till you see them. I'm gonna let a clip or two out. You know, shot it with the rec cam. You know what I'm talking about? It's real clean. But it was a performance. Like, I had dancers. When me and Blue did it together, that shit was magical. You know what I mean? Like, I felt it going up my spine. So it's two variables that we're looking at. Virtual, this new thing with virtual, where you could put on in a room with a green screen and do a virtual concert, and you could tap into some shit like what Travis Scott did with Fortnite, right? Who is Starlito? Starlito? I got a link with Starlito? Okay, link us up. I heard about Starlito, but I'm not ultra familiar with his music. I wouldn't lie to you and whatnot. But I do know the other name that you said. You know what I mean? So make sure y'all tag that in your Instagram stories. Play that on Tidal, especially, we gonna promote Tidal before Spotify, of course. You feel me? We're gonna promote Tidal before any of those other platforms. That's just how, that's just the Brooklyn loyalty in me. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not gonna push Apple and Spotify before I push a black-owned streaming service. You know what I'm talking about? So Red Summer's on the streaming platforms. Let your peoples know. Let the fam know. Yeah. So yeah. That's what it is. Those videos was fire with the goddesses. Which videos you talking about? What videos you talking about? But yeah, I mean, the sisters is out here putting in work. You got to listen into it in its entirety. Yeah, definitely. Definitely listen to it in its entirety. It is a concept album. I made singles that are standalones, like Good Wife, Ride of the Valkyries, Sherman Hemsley, Lay Low. You know, there's a few singles on the album that are standouts. Day One, One Day, Day One, that's a standout. Good Wife to me, that's a single. That's an easy single. That's R&B. God Hop. You know? It's R&B God Hop. Oh, Bill Bixby. I think Bill Bixby is on Scorpion King. Yeah, Bill Bixby is on Scorpion King. You know what I'm talking about? It's a different type of energy, Bill Bixby. You know? I was listening to that the other night. That deserves a video. But yeah, you could ride to that. You could ride out to that. I may write out music. I want, you know, people is out there stressing about the elections and whatnot, and they stressing out about the Rona. You know what I'm talking about? And people is stressing out about unemployment. They stressing out about, you know, everything. But sometimes you got to get through the stress to get to the happiness. Sometimes you got to get through the pain to get to the joy. So, you know, what if tomorrow or the next day, our people could wake up and finally have a burden lifted off of their shoulders, or, you know, they could feel like they want to be celebrated or celebrate or be in ceremony and be a little bit of carefree and sucker free than they was today. Yeah, Blue definitely ran up on his verse, man. You don't talk about Blue went off on China Flow like he was supposed to, right? Because the blue winter's coming. You know, he went off like he was supposed to. He went off like I knew he would, because to be honest with you, that wasn't an easy song to to match the energy that was on that first verse, but he damn sure went off. So, you know, shout out to Blue Pillar for showing up and doing what the fuck he's supposed to do on that album, on that classic, and for showing up on that deluxe too. You know what I mean? He went a fool on the deluxe as well. So by the end of the year, you'll be able to immerse yourself in the body of work that we're building. The body of work that we're building. You know, we're building up a body of work, a sound. And it's not just a sound, it's gonna be a movie, so it's visuals as well. It's a movie, like it's a soundtrack. This is the soundtrack. It's not hard to put the movie together, you know what I mean? Like this shit is written out like a soundtrack, so walk with us. Somebody said China Blue. That's right. That's right. Yeah, bringing it. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, man. For those of us drop the 22. When's that coming? That's coming. That's on the way. That's the physical copy. You know what I mean? That's your physical. I might throw a little something in there as well. You know what I'm saying? We got merch, like I said. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, visit the website. That's the physical right there. You know. Yo, your physical copy. That's the front and that's the back. The back look, I like a super villain on the back. I love it. Make that shit a hoodie. You know what I'm talking about? So that's an iconic. I got the artist that I had work on that. That's the brother that designed Black Magic's Holy Ghost cover. He is he's legendary in his artistry. You know what I'm saying? He works big jobs, but he rocks with the movement. So, you know, brother is able to bless us with his artistry. So salute to Nick. All right, salute to Nick. Nick at Machine Digital. If anybody wants to give him some business, if you want to support one of your own, you know what I mean, who's definitely qualified, he'll send you his resume and blow your mind. So the brother's definitely qualified. TheRedSummer.com is the website that you can go to pick up the physical copy. We're also going to have the options for, we'll have the pre-sales for the vinyl and the cassette as well. The merch will be up there. The hats and the hoodies and the shirts, that'll be up there in the morning. Yeah, your favorite is the twins from Purple, like, oh, the collaborations. Right. Yeah, we do. We definitely mesh together because we keep each other. You know, that's what twins do. They keep each other's. They supposed to keep each other on each other's toes. So, okay. Oh, the Red Summer's on the IG story music. Let me do the Pop Smoke dance. I'm lit. You know I'm finna turn up. Alright, shout out to Jefferson in the building. Yeah, we finna turn up now. I'm gonna get my clips. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very happy. You know, this shit was not easy putting an album out during the retrograde. Man, oh man, you know, you learn from, when you do projects like this, you're gonna learn from the projects. You know, I have a whole little journal that I got together that, you know, there were certain things that I have to learn from because this was a learning experience. Very, very intense learning experience because the Scorpion retrograde was intense. Please believe. I don't know if it was for you, but it was for me. And we got out of it on election day. We got out of it. But as you can see, the remnants of it is still being felt. Henceforth, this whole thing with the election being stalled and whatnot, that's like spillover from the retrograde. So now that we're past that shit, you know, I'm able to get this out, and I'm still not finished working on this though. It's still work. I'm still mastering, tweaking, touching stuff. The skits, you know what I mean? They're skits. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's still shit that needs to be added. So, you know, we here though. You know what I mean? We definitely here. It's a solid project. It sounds beautiful in the whip. It rides out clean. You know, if you in the gym, like if you on your gym shit, if you on your, I'm gonna start working out in Joe Biden's America, I'm gonna get buff. Or if I gotta do 4 more years of Trump, I'm gonna make sure that I get in this gym and get on my training. That is the perfect project right there. That will get you in your training. You go in the gym with the Red Summer and hit me. Make a video when you in the gym getting right, whatever song you get turned up to. But that album right there rides out very well in the gym. It's gonna get your mind right. You know, the way that I built it out, like I said, it's an escalation in the sound. The sound escalates. There's different sounds, there's different flows, there's different frequencies, meaning that there's different energies at play and whatnot. So you're not just stuck in a monotone sound. You're not just stuck in a New York sound. You're not just stuck in an Atlanta sound. You're not just stuck in a California Western sound. So it's just a conglomeration of different tones, flows. You get the West Coast with Lizzie Jeff, or like she said, Lizzie motherfucking Jeff. And ladies, y'all make sure y'all go and follow Lizzie Jeff. and put her on the stream and listen to her music when you want to meditate, tap in, listen to some bars, feel good, feel like a boss. I mean, as many that she got a lot of flow. It's go and tap in. That's all I'm saying. Brothers too, tap in. Tap into America Sutton. She is a phenomenal singer. Tap into Songbird. She has a project coming out. And you know, other people. Title pay the artist the most. Okay. So they said when the twins collaborate, it's Cypher Divine. Yeah, it's definitely Cypher Divine. So imagine what the next project is gonna sound like after we get these projects finished, like the Red Summer, Scorpion King, Blue Winter. When we get those out the way, and then we do our twin album, that's gonna be fire. That's gonna be fire. You know. Yeah, somebody said Lizzie be floating on the tracks. Yeah, she's a beast. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I found my little Kim when it came to this music, you know. She got, you know, she's an artist, you know. America, she's a dope artist. It's just a lot of dope artists in Atlanta. It's a lot of dope artists everywhere. Cam is a problem. Like Cam is like, he's not even human. Him and Loda Lexus about to put out some shit that's gonna change the whole ecosphere. So it's a good time for music. It's a good day for music. Look at what Jay Electronica dropped. He gave y'all the 2012 release, and he gave you some shit from 2020. You know what I mean? Busta Rhymes gave you a classic. Bonafide, he tapped back into his old persona from the 90s. Because remember, the energy of 94 is here. So if I'm going to do something, it's going to be in that energy. Because to be honest with you, astronomically, you know, astrologically, I mean, you know, that's the dominant energy that that we could use as a point of measurement, because of the fact that there are certain planets were aligned during the monumental calendar year of 1994, when a whole bunch of historical shit happened. Music was, remember, that's Snoop Doggy Dogg. That's Wu-Tang Clan with RZA. You heard their music during the verses. So it tapped into nostalgia because the alignment of the planets speak to the same alignment that took place in 94, right? I believe it's the Saturn and Pluto conjunction. And you could feel it. Look at the fashion. Ralph Lauren, he made, everybody is wearing Suicide. The Suicide is from the Suicide Goose. That was the Ralph Lauren ski man, the ski man. People didn't have ski mans like that back in the days. Everybody's wearing ski man gooses, and Suicide is what we call them. Certain type of fashion that was directly from 1994 is being emulated right now. That is of no coincidence. The fashion designers, I'm sure, if those of us who, you know, we dabble in a deeper form of information, I believe in science, but you can't overlook the fact that this information is public. Like, it don't take a genius to understand the precession of the equinox, or the you know, what planets are going to be affecting, you know, what planets are going to be dominant at what times. So as a designer, or as a multi-billion-dollar or multi-million-dollar conglomerate or brand, you could pivot yourself to benefit off of every single change that is taking place and all of the influence of the planets. You really can. You know? You really should. Because to be honest with you, that's what they doing. Oh, Luxembourg is the GOAT, one of my daily blasts. Yeah, man. That was a classic right there. Them two sound great together. So I look forward to what is going to be created. And let's not even talk about the production that Father Rich is finna bring. He carved himself a whole new sound. He has a whole complete, like, you know, it. I already talked to him about, a wish of mine to have him executive produce a project. You know what I mean? Because I know the sound that I'll be, the level of writing that is gonna come about just based off of the production that he does. It's gonna bring out the Bill Bixby in me. It's gonna bring a beast out. You know, it's gonna bring a beast out. So yeah, that's what it is. I'm not gonna keep y'all for long. It's like 1:48 a.m. right on a Thursday, going into a Friday. 100 in the building. I salute every single one of y'all. I need all of y'all to go and get that project though. You know what I mean? Remember, y'all haven't seen me in a while. Ever since I came to Atlanta, the routine of every Melanin Monday and Third Eye Third, the format changed. You know what I'm saying? Like my Melanin Monday format completely changed to a live format. And then I started doing less of the Third Eye Thursdays because I was in album mode. You know what I mean? Like I cut off a lot of people. I made myself inaccessible to people that were not creatives. Right? Said, yeah, Brother Rich is definitely opening portals with the production. He's fulfilling his attribute, black magic. He's opening up black holes. He's tapping into the chaos magic. Music is black magic, so he is who he says he is. You know what I'm talking about? And then the MCs that are around that are able to take that sound and mold that shit and do things to it, like what Cam has done and what we did on 24 Hours, Last Breath. Those need visuals too. Sure. Those is movies right there. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, I need y'all to go and get that project. I'm not, if you stream it or if you don't, that don't really mean nothing. I want you to hear it and listen to it all you want, but I want you to have it. I don't want you to be like, oh, you put out a classic, that's what's up. No, I want you to own a piece of me in the form of the arts, of course. In apparel, you can get your shirts, you get your Garvey hoodies. This is some new embroidery right here. You know what I mean? So, we got it sewn in. This is the collegiate, and it's very nice, very comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Very thick. It's hoodie season right now, so go to the website, kingscounty.bigcartel, and get you a hoodie and whatnot. And we have merch for Red Summer specifically. We have Red Summer merch, and that will be on the website as well. That will be on the redsummer.com. Yeah, that'll be on the redsummermerch.com. So that's what it is. All right. So I just want to say thank you everybody once again for being here for this listening that we had. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? Very dope. A lot of good feedback, a lot of good energy. Yeah, was hitting me with a lot of fire emojis and stuff like that. That's what's up. So yeah, we finna tap out. We will be back on Monday. Melanin Mondays live in the ATL, KTL in the ATL. We're gonna end that season. It's gonna end soon. It's gonna go back to the original season very soon. We got some other things coming in the first quarter 21. I'll let you know that. I'll let you know about that real soon. But yeah. Yes, indeed. Love and light to the family. We out. We should leave y'all with a song. Matter of fact, that's what we gonna do. We're gonna leave y'all with Sherman Hensley's video. Because like I say, matter of fact,
after 30 days, I
give me 1 minute, yo. There we go. We'll leave it with the Valkyries clip. This is not the full video. Don't judge me. This is just one verse. You dig? But this is Ride of the Valkyries. We got a new video coming with Cam. This is a teaser. This is to warm you up. You know what I mean? For the rest of your summer. Alright, love and light to the family.
Red pillar. That wasn't the way they raised me. Open up towns like Phase 3. Red in that all red paisley. Chick on brazy. Dropping your knees, your bitches they praise me. Dirty to dance and pleasure to Swayze. Drummers like Sway Lee. Bitch I'm the baby. Head of the babies and trunk of Mercedes. Tell me who started the wave. Master the science to art you a slave. Depart in your grave. Open the seasons. Open the Caesars. Quarter the gallon of water we selling. Spitting out seeds. The water the melons. Sort of the felons. Going to sleep. Making the money we order the selling. Order the culture. More than the melons. Play fair. TK for the throw like Wayfair. Hyperdimensional warfarers. My sniper was sentinel forebearers. Foursquare and then Fortnite. Cut of the grass. I lost vipers. Lost on Rikers. Stuck in the Uzi and lining like cloth diapers. Lost ciphers. The Boston and fight for. The start of the fiscal. The dark of the crystals. Bullet with amethyst. Dark of the